Yeah.
Right. It was
Yeah.
very wide ranging. Like he
Yeah.
would start with something, we would start with something, and
Yeah.
then go on to a different topic.
But you're absolutely right, DB. What Hugh talked about in that video that we tried to share there is extremely honest. Mm.
Yeah, I've been talking a bit with Just Collapse about this geoengineering project here in on the West Coast. I don't know if you saw my post about it, about having a plastic curtain across a
Yes,
5 kilometer fjord.
terrifying.
Yeah. So I think it was interesting, and I'm gonna try and work some more with Just Collapse on it because they are the experts where they've been for half a year or so. So the interesting thing is that if you view it from a what's in it for us locally perspective, there's actually nothing in it for Greenlanders because exactly where the ice runs aground or where it stops because it's shallow, that ice bank, that's the richest fisheries in all of Greenland, and fisheries in its turn is the biggest part of the economy for Greenland. And this curtain that they presented here in Nuuk on Monday is even a Teflon covered curtain, and Teflon is something you really shouldn't have in your pans on your stove because it's toxic. So you get tons and tons of microplastics from the curtain, from every ins and out of the tides and stuff, or the waves and storms and stuff. And it would disturb the whales. The whales are a big part of tourism up there. Every time you go down to the beach, you see a whale. Basically, that's what I did when I was up there. And again, you get toxic particles in your food because Greenlanders eat a lot of seabirds and fish and snow crabs and even whales. So it's the sort of the rich white man's solution for their own problems. But for us locally, it's only added to the problems. So I think that's pretty interesting.
And that Teflon curtain is just because they want to slow down the melting. That's just their solution, is it? It's just that's what opposition are they meeting?
Well, the entire this part of the project is actually quite good in the sense that it's investigating or checking out what people think locally. So they actually say that there's no guarantee that we will ever do this. It's just the first part of the project to have these meetings with people in on the west coast of Greenland. Uh, so yeah, but it's anyway the way if you look at it at the whole picture, it's like Chinese people and European people, I'm sure American people as well, wanting to save their biggest cities from flooding from the ice melt. So they have a they have something to gain from it, but in Greenland, because of loss of gravity pull on the ocean when the ice sheet melts down, we get lower lower sea levels around Greenland, and also because of glacial rebound, the land sort of comes up again after being pushed down by the ice. So we will actually see hugely lower sea levels around Greenland. So it's kind of a perfect case of somebody far away wanting to solve their own problems and coming up here and creating more problems for us. So.
Oh, Sophie, I think you're muted again.
I said it's hard when we don't have a topic, and also the absence of you. After seeing him, it just you even feel the void of not inspiration, but yeah, maybe inspiration. It's possible. It's going to be like this, I think, with the Extinctionati, because we're going to have these kind of moments, which are not necessarily bad, actually.
I think
Yeah,
this whole topic is a good thing to go off of, though, because one thing I notice when it comes to a number of these guests and some of the folks that the Extinctionati have interviewed is a lot of them seem to think that there's coming this sort of movie style, like apocalypse or something, where all of a sudden the ice sheet's going to go out in one day, and all of the governments and all of the establishments and the powers that be will be completely caught off guard and not able to do anything about it. And then, collapse is just sort of a big sort of sudden thing that happens. But I see it much more in Hugh's way of a sort of managed collapse, a managed extinction. I think what you're seeing over these past 2 years appears to be somewhat of a controlled demolition of a lot of the structure of the world.